This is kind of like last minute and impromptu, as all my lives have been so far, but I think I am going to commit to an actual schedule. Um, Maybe go live like twice a week or something like that. I don't know yet. I'm still kind of trying to figure it out. I've been going back and forth about it, about like what time is going to be best. But I'm going to give it a second for people to join. If you're joining, make sure you give this a thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed. And I changed the orientation on this video this time because I think I did the other ones vertical. So hopefully that doesn't change anything. Hopefully that works out the same. But I'm going to go ahead and get started because I don't want this to be super long and I feel like I might have a lot to talk about. Um, I think that was maybe like last week. Yeah, I think it was last week before, in case you are like new and you haven't seen my video about how to prepare for a detox. Today, I just wanted to kind of give more of an update, like on, first of all, myself, because I'm doing a detox right now, and y'all, it has been so hard. And I think that there are a couple things that I didn't do that I normally do, that has made this a little bit more difficult for me than normal. And so I'm going to talk about some of that. And I'm going to share some of my, I guess, don'ts. I guess all of these are like don'ts of detoxing. And if you are going to do any kind of like detox, don't do these things. So, first and foremost is Yeah. So first and foremost, like I'm just gonna jump right into it. The first thing that, or the first mistake that I see people making, and I did a whole video about this, like I said last week, is not having a preparation period for when you are going on a detox. So if you plan on doing any type of detox, any type of fasting, anything like that, there needs to be sort of a ramp up period for you, right? There needs to be sort of a period of time where you are reducing your exposure to chemicals. Like maybe this is the time where you start to get rid of like plastics in your kitchen, um, toxic candles, like you are starting to remove toxins from your everyday life, not just in your food, but in your environment too. Also, during this time, you are opening up your detox pathways. You are limiting your sugar or cutting sugar out altogether. You are cutting out caffeine. You are gradually, you know, cutting these things down until it's time for you to go into full detox. And what this is going to help for you to do is it will help keep you from experiencing very severe detox symptoms, especially if you are someone who like maybe you don't detox often, or this is your first time doing something like that. Like you want to have a sort of like ramp up period, right? Or a preparation period where you're preparing your body. Now in the other video I did, I go into detail about that, so I'm not gonna go say too much more about that because I got a whole nother video about that. The other thing, y'all, I can't. Okay, I'm trying to make sure. Okay. I just want to make sure that like I can see any chats or anything. Okay, so the next thing is not prepping your food ahead of time. That is the mistake that I made this time. I actually went to the store, I got the stuff that I needed, but I should have actually prepped meals and stuff ahead of time, which I didn't do. So lately, I've been like the last day or two, I've been lethargic and tired, and I wish that I had prepared more food because making everything is starting to be taxing on me. It's just kind of added to my plate. And that's also because I work full time too, have a family, all the things. So I wish I had prepared a little bit more ahead of time. I did do some preparation. I think that was Monday. And even yesterday, I made myself some juice. I made like a larger batch of juice. So I'd have juice for 2 or 3 days. Now, ideally, especially when you're detoxing, you really want to eat everything fresh. But if that's not realistic for you, like in my situation, it's not necessarily realistic for me, then go ahead and prep what you need ahead of time. And keep in mind that if you're doing like juices or smoothies or anything, you don't want to, well, usually with smoothies, you can just make a pack that you only have to blend. But if you're doing like juices, I try not to make more than enough juice for like 2 days, like three max. The next thing that and I'm keep glancing down because I got me some notes over here because I don't want to miss anything. The next thing is not adjusting your schedule. Now, this is tough if you again work full time where you have to go into an office or anything like that. So I suggest if you have some more control or more power over your schedule right now, I recommend doing a detox at a time that either you can move things around, you can take things off your plate, or you can actually, um, or maybe you can just take some time off if you have PTO or something like that. But I don't recommend going through, especially the beginning of a detox, when you have a lot on your plate. Like it just is a terrible idea. Even if you are like a veteran and you've been doing it for a while, you'll probably still need to keep your schedule light. The next thing I have is not hydrating. And so I talked about this in my last video. You want to be hydrating before you start a detox, but you also want to be hydrating during a lot. And that's one of the things that I'm struggling with right now because I'm drinking my normal amount of water, which is enough for, like my everyday. But I'm working now on increasing how much water I'm drinking. And I would take this even a step further. And I would say, don't just increase your water intake. What you want to really be focused on is hydration. So, not just water. I also don't recommend drinking tap water. Like, if you can avoid drinking tap water, because tap water has chlorine in it. So if you can avoid tap water, I would actually go for spring water or the mineralized waters that they sell in the store. Just the best quality water that you can get. I personally use a Berkey water filter. Actually, it's not called Berkey anymore. I think it's called Boro now. It's got a new name, but it's the same company. I use one of those countertop filters, anything like that to help filter out the water. And then if you want to invest in some minerals to add back to your water, in my opinion, that's probably going to be your most cost effective option for getting water that, has some life to it and that is going to actually hydrate you at a cellular level. That's what we're going for, is hydration at a cellular level. I actually buy crazy water, And crazy water has about three, I think four levels of minerals that they have in it. And so right now I'll do like the level three and I'll have a cup of that in the morning. I'll just do like 8 to 12 ounces in the morning to start to help me to go ahead and get hydrated first thing. And throughout the rest of the day, I'll drink water with either a little bit of sea salt in it or um what's the or lemon or lime, or you really don't want to be drinking plain water. You want to drink something that's going to hydrate you at a cellular level. The next thing is not moving enough. um yeah, movement is a big part of detoxification because it's going to help your lymphatic system pump, because your lymphatic system is something that has to like manually be pumped. And so you do that through movement, through walking, through rebounding. You can even do dry brushing too, but I do want you to get like at least a little bit of movement in every day. That's going to be helpful. Now, of course, again, at the beginning, you're probably going to be feeling lethargic. So you don't want to do too much movement. You don't want to go crazy. Like, this would not be the time to go crazy on the cardio and the extra heavy weights. Like, this is probably not the time for that. I would stick to walking. Personally, I'm just sticking to walking and stretching, or really my goal is like on days like this where I'm like really tired to get like 8,000 steps in on those days. And then on days where I'm feeling more energized, I'm going to go back to shooting for 10,000 steps, because my normal step count or goal step count is 10,000 steps. So when I'm feeling better, that'll be my goal again. But I probably won't really do any strenuous exercises at all this month, really, not even just during this detox, but during the month, which I'll probably be doing this all month long. But I'm going to keep my exercises light during this time, but I will be moving and moving throughout the day. Let's see. The next thing I have is I think I mentioned not opening your detox pathways earlier. So when I say opening your detox pathways, your body releases waste or promotes detoxification through several um I guess maybe the word is like mechanisms in the body. So that can be through your lymphatic system, um, through your liver, through your gut or your colon, your digestive system, through your skin. So these are all placed through your lungs. So these are all places or organs that we want to basically stimulate so that they can promote waste removal while you are doing this detox, because the last thing that you want to do is get to working out, or I mean the last thing that you want to do is start detoxing or start whatever detox protocol you're doing, but then that waste doesn't really have anywhere to go, or it can't get out fast enough, because then it'll end up in other parts of your body and other organs. And so you want to make sure that you are doing things like dry brushing, like I said earlier, doing some type of movement every day, whether it's stretching or walking, deep breathing, doing a sauna, spending time in the sauna, doing magnesium baths, anything that can help your body remove waste more efficiently. Drinking your water and staying hydrated, that's also going to help to flush your kidneys, flush your lymphatic system. just things like that that are going to promote detoxification, and not just detoxification, but the release of these toxins from your body. The next thing is taking a binder. Now, I don't know if this, like, I don't know if taking binders is like something that everybody does or practices, but I strongly believe in taking a binder, some type of binder, and it depends on what type of detox you are doing when you take a binder. I personally use activated charcoal for the one that I'm doing now. And the reason that you do that is because items like activated charcoal, some types of clay, there are some different types of clay you can use, and certain types of fibers. What those things do is they bind to those toxins. And some of them bind to toxins, some of them actually break up biofilm. So sometimes if you are killing certain types of organisms in your body, which can be a part of the detoxification process, they release basically films and fumes. And so what those binders does is they help to remove or break through or cut through those fumes and films. And what that'll do is help you not feel so bad while you are detoxing. So I it's something that I practice. I don't know if that's something that everybody really practices, but I really believe in it. I think it definitely helps. I think it definitely reduces those detox symptoms, and it helps you to get rid of some of the waste, probably that might end up resettling somewhere else. The next thing, and this is my last one, the next thing that um, can impact your detox process is going too quickly. And what I mean by that is, again, if you don't have that ramp up period before and you just jump into a really stringent protocol that you have not done before, and you don't have guidance and you don't have a plan, you can actually make yourself sicker. So that's why personally I don't I believe that if you are a beginner, you have to be really careful and really have a plan or have guidance when you are working, or when you are doing these detox programs. Make sure that you, especially if you're a beginner, I would always say to work with a professional at least the first time you do any type of detox protocol. And usually these can be done with a nutritionist or a wellness coach. Some functional doctors will even walk you through them or give you a plan to do them. But I really think that it's important to have support when you are doing a detox for the first time. Let's see, I think that is everything on my notes. I really like doing these lives because I just get to talk, I get to interact, and yeah, and it's just easier, and I don't have to edit these videos. So it's kind of like a lazy hack for me. But if you want to know more, just drop me a comment, or if you have any questions that I can answer here, I will drop me a comment. Also, I will link my book below, and it is for managing fibroids, and it's my complete comprehensive guide for how I was able to shrink fibroids and how I have been able to not have fibroid symptoms. So I'll link that below. Thank you guys so much for watching.